this episode of Life After People. The places where mankind satisfied his hunger now fulfill an appetite.
Bubbles.
The donut isn't actually supported on top of the building at all. It's supported on
bubbles and smells.
Water has eaten through the drywall ceiling, producing mold and fungi. In turn, they release mycotoxins, poisonous chemicals that wreak havoc on wood. If inhaled by humans over a period of months or years, this mold could grow inside the lungs and cause
bubbles and smells.
In Los Angeles, rainwater is eating away one of the largest donuts in the world.
In the case of Randy's donut, water is going to pool inside of that at the bottom of the hull.
Bubbles.
200 years after people. Taipei 101, a building that some thought resembled a stack of takeaway containers, is now being destroyed by corrosion in a surprising way. Cables suddenly snap, releasing the 720-ton steel pendulum ball.
You can imagine this enormous ball falling down the middle of the building, destroying everything in its path. The remainders of deteriorating floor slabs would
bubbles and smells.
In the time of humans, this horrifying scene had already played out in one American city. In 1999, in Fort Worth, Texas, a grocery shop went bankrupt. The owners decided to abandon the shop, leaving everything inside. Within weeks, neighbors began to notice a horrible stench. 3 months after it closed, the city's Department of Environmental Management entered the shop and discovered
bubbles and smells.
the smell was extremely bad outside, and we really don't have an accurate report about what it was inside because we always put people in protect.
Bubble.
Workers in hazmat suits and oxygen masks began the process of clearing up the toxic mess.
It was extremely dangerous. We did not know exactly what type of bacteria may be in there. We knew that there were some
bubbles and smells.
Things like the apples and lettuce and the bananas that had already rotted, and you could see where those had been eaten or gnawed on. Several of the milk containers had swollen and exploded just because of the
bubbles and smells.
Packaged meats looked like it hadn't been touched, but a lot of it was this grayish black
bubble.
The process of spoiling is just preparing a different kind of meal for the microscopic predators.
Two spoilage organisms common to meat, poultry, and produce are bubbles and smells. Pseudomonas creates the bubbles and smells, and lactic acid bacteria is what produces the little bubble. Within a grocery store. Pseudomonas and lactic acid bacteria. Pseudomonas creates the slimy texture on top of these products, and lactic acid bacteria is what produces the little bubble. There are three elements that speed decomposition: heat, water, bubbles, and smells.
The pendulum ball bulldozes everything as it falls 88 floors. Like a meteorite, the wrecking ball crash lands below ground level. Taipei 101 is no longer the world.
Bubbles and smell.
Taipei 101 is no longer the world's second tallest.
Bubble.
The pendulum ball bulldozes everything as it falls 8
bubbles.
60 years after people. The Last Supper has not lasted. Mold and dirt obscure.
Bubbles and smells.
4,000 years after people. No trace of a supermarket remains. Yet there is one 21st century item that could still be edible. Unbroken jars of
bubbles and smells.
honey is a hygroscopic product. This means if it's exposed to air, it absorbs moisture, which can cause fermentation. But if sealed in glass, it remains eternally fresh.
Honey will last a very long time. It has low water activity, a low moisture content, and a low pH. 3 key things that help this product not to decompose over time, given a bubbles and smells.
The painting depicts the last Passover dinner Jesus shared with his 12 apostles, when he announced that one of them would betray him. The masterpiece doesn't merely illustrate food, paint, and egg tempera, a pigment mixed with egg yolk.
Traditional egg tempera uses
Bubbles and smells.
Cascading debris from one tower triggers the collapse.
Little bubbles and smells.